Okay guys, so I got everything put together, all my walls, my ceilings put together, the mock-up framing for these studies that I'm doing, the series. The next step after this is going to be hanging drywall. If you didn't watch the other videos on how to put this wall together, how to do the framing, check out those videos, but for right now I just want to explain the anatomy of framing. So typically when you see residential, you're going to have a top plate, which is the top stud, and a bottom plate, which obviously is the bottom stud. The bottom studs are usually pressure treated because they're sitting on cement and they don't want any moisture coming up them, so they're pressure treated with the chemical. Obviously this is for teaching and training purposes, so I didn't do any pressure treated. I just did them all with regular 2x4s. The next step is the counting of the studs. So the way you do that is you take your outside stud, and it's going to be 16 on center every time. So you got 16 from the outside to the middle of the first stud is 16 inches, 32, 48, 64, and going down the line. Now your ceilings are a little bit different. They're stretched out every 2 feet on center. So from the edge of your ceiling, you're going to go 2 foot, 4, 6, 8 down the line. When I've done sheds before, sheds are a whole different beast. It's a pain in the butt really because of the way that they're framed. I have to add a lot of framing sometimes or studs, so I have something to screw off to. It's no different because it's the same thing with this type of framing. So depending on how the framers did it, sometimes when you're going to hang drywall, which you're going to see in the next video coming up, you're not going to have anything to hang to because the stud that's needed there for the corner isn't there. Now some good carpenters will come in and they'll add an extra stud to give you a square that you can screw off to, right? It doesn't matter what side. Sometimes they'll do it on both, but now you have something to screw off to on both sides. If they don't, then either you have to add a stud or you have to just kind of hold it in by the rest of the drywall, and I'll explain more of that when we get into the hanging. When we get into the patching and patches, you're going to see how I use a lot of scrap lumber, some people call it dead wood, to do my patches, so I have something to screw off to. But that's pretty much it for the anatomy of framing, what it looks like, top plate, bottom plate, 16 on center, 24 on center. You're going to hear that a lot in framing, and that's just showing you where you're going to screw off. Everything goes off a foundation, because when we get into the hanging of the drywall, you're going to see why that 16 on center is so important. So look out for the next video, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, and I'll see you on the next one.